In my last video, I shared the 3 things you need to clarify to find meaningful work aligned with your purpose. In today's video, I want to talk more about those 3 things and give you a little bit of insight as to why your DIY efforts in your career haven't worked to date. So, if finding meaningful work is something you're interested in, stick around and make sure you hit the like and subscribe button below. Hi, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I'm Dr. Tega Edwin. I'm a career counselor and coach, and I help women who are unhappy at work get super clear about who they are so they can find a fulfilling career that allows them to thrive in their zone of genius, live on purpose, and get paid a value-aligned salary. So let's dive in. So before you keep watching this video, I want you to do a quick audit and see if you even need to watch the rest of this video, okay? So let's go with this, or go with me here. You've been in your current job for about 8 years or more, and for the past 3 to 5 years, more or less, you've known that this job or path isn't right for you. You realize that you're just going through the motions in your career. You're no longer excited about your work. You've been climbing the proverbial ladder or taking the right steps because it's what you thought you were supposed to do. But now you've reached a point where you can't take it anymore. You are sick and tired of feeling sick and tired at work. You're starting to notice that your physical health is deteriorating, and it's likely because of your job. Your mental health and relationships are suffering too. So you decided to do something about it. You took some of those free career tests online. You've been scrolling job boards, scrolling LinkedIn, and Indeed, trying to find another job for you. Maybe you've even done some informational interviews. You've talked to some people about their jobs just to see if you can figure out what your next career move needs to be. But the outcome has always been the same. You still feel stuck in that job that you hate. And even worse, now you feel confused and overwhelmed by all the information you've acquired. Did any of that sound like you? Yes? Okay, let's keep going. If you look at everything you've done to fix your career so far, you will notice a clear pattern where all those approaches lack 3 key things. 1, clear parameters for you to use to evaluate if any of the job options you're considering are a fit. 2, a clear framework that's been proven to work for figuring out your next career move. And 3, expert guidance to support you in your decision making. And my small group coaching program, Find Your Fulfilling Career, provides you with all 3 of those things. We develop your clear parameters in the first half of the program. That process is driven by a framework that has been proven to work with women from over 20 industries. And you get my over 7 years of personal and professional expertise to guide you. Click the link in the description below or the link in my bio to schedule a free enrollment call so we can talk about FYFC and if it's the next best step for you and your career. Without those 3 things, what ultimately ends up happening is your DIY approaches lead to you consuming more information without a system or a metric by which to parse out and actually use the information in a way that is actionable ahead of your next search. And then you always end up feeling like you should just stay where you are, because how will you know if any of these options will actually be better? But what if you do something different this time around? What if this time, before you start trolling any job boards or talking to your board of advisors or mentors or even family members, what if you create a set of personalized parameters by which you will evaluate a role to determine if it's a good fit or not? Your parameters will be driven by your non-negotiable values, because those will determine what types of companies and industries are most aligned for you. Your zone of genius interest areas, because these determine the roles and industries that are most aligned with who you are in this phase of your life. And lastly, your parameters will include your high power skills, because these will determine the roles, the specific work tasks that will actually spark joy for you. In addition to your parameters, what if you also take a deep dive into your belief systems around work and what's available to you as a professional woman? Because one thing that a lot of like the average career development program forgets to cover is the importance of your belief systems and your mindset, even though those are the very things that are keeping you stuck in a job that is not working for you. Your mindset and belief systems are what have kept you thinking that nothing else is possible for you because you've only ever done one thing for so long. I know it's one thing for me to say this approach is better because I pioneered it. So, yes, your girl got some bias. But here's what I know because the research, my own career story, and my clients' results have told me so. You absolutely cannot find a meaningful and aligned career if you have not clarified who you are. It's time for you to determine your next career move using an approach with something, or rather, an approach that starts with something that is familiar, something that you are sort of on familiar terms with. You. Look, the answers you're looking for aren't on LinkedIn job boards. They're not in a new resume or promotion. The answers are in figuring out who you are now, who you've become over the past few years, because that version of you, she's the one who's no longer happy in this job. And until you get to know her, you will never figure out what kind of work she actually enjoys. So instead of constantly questioning every time you get a LinkedIn alert for a new job, whether or not you will like the job or which career move is better, how about you approach this next search after already having a first person centered ideal career profile built? This time, when you start looking at roles, you'll have a system by which you can very, very quickly say yes or no to a potential role and a potential company. This time, I want you to skip the DIY information online and advice from well meaning family and friends who love you, but definitely are not experts in this area, and join us in Find Your Fulfilling Career. In the program, you'll be given the space and guidance to take a step back and engage in intentional reflection about who you are and your career journey so far, and then use that to determine your next career move. You can click the link in the description below or the link in my bio to schedule your free enrollment call for the next round of FYFC. I'm looking forward to walking with you on your journey to career fulfillment.